And welcome back to Milk It Reviews yet again. We're still on the flashlight frenzy at the moment. Right, it's midwinter here in the UK, and when it comes down to the nitty gritty, right, we all find ourselves in dire need of some extra lighting at times. I've taken a look at 511's Search and Rescue series headlamps. They've got two in the series at the moment. I'm going to do two separate reviews, but introduce each of them into the each other's review just to give you a sneak preview. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been using headlights for a good number of years, and when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I find them worth their weight in gold. I actually rebuilt the engine of a car outside midwinter with the assistance of a headlamp, right, so I have a great deal of time and respect for them. So anyway, here we go. Right, this is the S+R H6. It's got a maximum output of 470 lumens and an absolute minimum output of a mere 15 lumens. Right, now when you actually get, we'll run through how they operate in a second. When you actually get these delivered, right, they come with, this one runs on 6 AA batteries. There's a very handy plastic insulator, which I must admit I've decided I'm going to leave that inside the battery compartment when I'm not using it. It just stops it accidentally being switched on. Right, there is a kill switch on this, which is also handy, but I just like belt and braces. And there's nothing worse if you're going to reach to your pack and you need this in a hurry, right, and you find out your batteries are flat. But we cover something that might help you with that in a minute. Right, but the good thing to see is, like with all 511 flashlights, I think all bar one, they come with batteries, right, and straight away, right, we're looking at Duracells. So you don't get any better than what comes with this. Right, I'll just pop this back in. Right, the H6 runs on 6 Duracells. Right, we just pop that back on. Right, it's got a smaller brother. Right, but we'll go into that in a minute. The other great facility I love with this, you've actually got a test lamp on this. So before you go marching off, right, you can actually push the battery test button on the back of the battery pack there, right, and hopefully you'll be able to see a little green LED shining on there, right, which tells us that the batteries are okay. If it shines red, they're obviously just about to drop dead. Right, if at the end of the day, right, they're amber, you know they're sort of fair to middling, right, so it gives you an indication. The operation of the headlight, right, well, it's very, very simple. Like I said, you've got a kill switch on the side here, which again is great, right, and as you can see, the you have two. I'm sorry about this. This is the only trouble with doing reviewing flashlights, right? You find that all cameras don't like it. Right, you've got two buttons, right, one on the top and one on the bottom. Right, now they're a rubber coated button, right, which gives you great weather protection on this. Right, the top button controls the center LED at the top, and together with the bottom ones, right, the bottom pair I should say, that gives you a long flood focused beam. For closer work, you've got diffused LEDs each side of the top here, right, and you'll find that the bottom button operates those. You can have the whole lot switched on at once, right, so when it comes down to the nitty gritty, right, that's really your choice if you need lots and lots of lighting. The diffused lower output LEDs, they still have a maximum output of 134 lumens, so it's still going to give you a lot of power output, right, a lot of light output, and when they're diffused it spreads it over a wide area. So if you were sort of mooching around camp trying to find things in a vehicle, right, that might be the setting that you want. For if you was out walking, right, 134 lumens of light really does give you quite an extensive range on it. I'm not going to start guessing it for you, right, because I'm bound to get it wrong, but it works very, very well. Right, when you want the extended range, then you can use the 3 additional LEDs that are popped in there. Now if you want to kill those switches completely, you've got the side switch, I just pop that across, and that's better. Sorry, it's my mistake. I had it halfway. Right, you pop this kill switch across, and it wipes out the buttons. Move it back, and we're back in business again. The switches, as you can see, right, they're stepped, so when you actually switch it on, it goes to full power for that particular bank of LEDs. Push it again, it drops it down. Right, push it again, it switches it off, just as you would probably expect it to function. The head strap, right, is brilliant. I have got a very large head. I take a size 62 crash helmet, right, and in all honesty I could do with a size bigger, right, but this stretches no problem at all. It's got this really funky anti-slip rubberized banding on the inside, which is not uncomfortable at all, and it weighs in at 370 grams. That's with the 6 AA batteries in it. Now, you might think that this is going to be heavy. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, it's not. Right, it's quite surprising. Right, when I first got this out of the pack, especially with that battery pack on the back, I thought, oh, I'm not going to like this at all. But once you've actually put it on, give yourself half hour to get used to it. Right, you really don't know it's there, other than the fact that you're not actually falling over things as you're mooching around. The one thing that might be going through your mind, right, is the, you know, with all that power output, is it going to get hot? Well, 511 have thought of that. They've got a very well constructed and designed aluminium heat sink built in the back, right, which really does, right, dissipate that heat, and it doesn't get hot, so you know it's not going to be of any issue to you. Right, the actual light, as you've probably just noticed, right, is adjustable. Right, you can have that straight down, right, so if you was actually looking down into your lap, that's where your light's going to go, so it's really your choice. And obviously if you're looking for horizontal adjustment, well, you turn your head. Right, it's as simple as that. Battery power on the lowest setting on 6 quality AA's, right, that would be on the 15 lumens, right. 511 are quoting 262 hours, which I think is quite respectable. On the absolute highest setting at 470 lumens, 10.5 hours. So you know, it's a long time, right? It's pretty much, in most countries, that's a whole night's worth of dark, if that makes sense, right? So you know, if you had a fresh set of batteries and you needed to use this all night, it's gonna, you know, run through that night for you. The battery pack is removable, so you've got an orange button down here, which I'm gonna push, right, and then the battery pack itself slides off. There it is. If you wanted to, I dare say you could get spares of these, so you could keep them ready stocked with batteries. It's just a simple case then of just slide it back on. It's done. Right, alternatively, 511 have got that little kitty, and that is the rechargeable nickel metal hydride headlamp battery. Right, now that, it comes with a mains charger and a selection of international plug adapters. Right, now I'm not going to swear to the amount of extra light this will give you, and the reason being is because it varies in temperature, right, and conditions and so forth, but on average this will give you roughly an extra 2 hours light. Right, that's on the high setting. Right, that's how I found it to be performing here, but it may differ for you, so please, please, please don't come back screaming at me if you only get an hour and a half. But please let me know if you get 3 or 2 or more hours out of it. I'm very interested. But this simply just slots on the back and takes the place of the battery pack. Again, you've got the test button on the back here, right, which works on one end, right, which gives you that green LED, right, and it just really is quite simple. It's all a bit stiff at the moment because it's all quite new. I suppose once you actually used it a few times, right, things will just get that a little bit easier. So there you go. I mean, there's not a lot more really that I can say about this, right. I've used this a lot out shooting at night, and it's really proven to be quite good. You know, I'm not going to fault it at all. Right, the only thing I'd like to see, or would like to have seen, is maybe a red filter. Right, whether or not something may come along like a clip-on filter or something along those lines, I really don't know. But it's something that I think, you know, at the end of the day, if it was really that important to you, this is a top quality headlamp. Right, I'm sure that somebody out there, right, can think of something that would give you some sort of red filtration to save your night vision. I did say that I was going to give you a sneak preview. If you find that the H6 may be just that bit too big, or maybe it's a bit more powerful than what you need, there's the H3. Now, I'm not going to go into great depth with this, right, but it's just really to just give you a quick look at it. Right, this is one that runs on 3 AA batteries. Right, we'll go into that in more depth in a minute. Right, 260 grams with the batteries. You've got the lowest setting on this 10 lumens, giving you 92 hours light on a fresh set of batteries. The highest setting, 338 lumens, right, giving you 5 1/4 hours light. Right, you've just got the 3 LEDs, but we'll go into this in a bit more depth in another review. Right, the rechargeable battery pack also fits the H3, so if you've got both of these, you only really need the one rechargeable battery pack, unless of course you're going to run them all the time, in which case you might want more than that. Right, if you've got any questions in relation to these, right, please drop me a line. It's most important that you understand exactly what the score is when it comes down to these before you order them. But like I say, please feel free to drop me a line and fire away with your questions. Thanks for watching Milk It Reviews. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. You'll find that there's lots more videos to come on 511 kit, and you will get up-to-date notification as soon as they're published. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.